Ahoy. Ahoy, Linda. I made it. I like, yeah, things got a little hectic here a little while ago. I had to run to the store. Anyways, we're here. Are we done yet? The pros and cons of RVing. 1 million mile road trip is live. Okay. I'm not aware of that channel, so I don't feel bad about stepping on their toes. That's one thing I hope to figure out tonight. Who's live? Is somebody generally live on hump day or Wednesdays at this time frame? I think Kenny said something about so-and-so going live at 10. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Another live travel talk show, Where to Travel Next. That's To Travel and Tour is live. I have seen that channel before. Oh, wow. It's just you and me, Linda. So I'm hoping, I think Todd Johnson's going to show up. He he made a cute comment today on which one was it? I don't know. Now I can't remember which video he commented on, but he used a cliche. Okay, it was the one where I lost my cookies. And he says that's the way the cookie crumbles. There's a cliche. So I'm hoping that tonight we'll start out with the letter A. We're going to be probably on the letter A for longer than just tonight. I have a feeling it'll be a month of A's. But we're going to work on this, starting with the letter A. The very first one we'll be talking about is A1. That's the very first one in the book. Now, I did check. As far as I know, I'm not breaking A's for A's. There's Todd. Just mentioned you, Todd, that you made a comment on my video there about losing my cookies. Great comment. Well, we'll have to save that one for, probably be 6 weeks or more before we get to the letter C, because we're going to start with A. Papa Drew has A is for apes. And then he loves A1 steak sauce. See, now this is how it's going to go. We're starting with A1. Where do we get A1? Papa Drew's here. He's wearing shorts. I am wearing shorts as well. It is a little chilly here in the studio. Office, entryway, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, A1 steak sauce. I think of that too when I see A1. So, why do we use A1 to mean the very best? Papa Drew could say that about his motorhome, his schoolie. A is for $A. $A. Now that's an interesting one. I never heard that one. Is that a common phrase? $A. Oh, never mind. I know what you mean. All right. I figure that's going to come up tonight no matter what. Steven Sheets is here. Ahoy. So, yeah, the letter A. Why do we use it? To mean the very best. Okay. The marine insurance firm, Lloyd's of London, pretty much everybody's heard of that. They started that association to register ships and shipping, and they wanted to know the condition of the ships and their cargo. So the ships were graded by letter and the cargoes were graded by number. A meant the ship itself was perfect, and 1 that the cargo was likewise perfect. Okay, that's it. We can go home now. Linda, looks like the West Coast gang do lives on Wednesdays. Vicky May, Van Life, Van Cloud, Van Life Rocks, and Van Life with Gina. Yeah, somebody said Van Life with Gina. I think she comes on at 10. Not sure. And I can't check right now. I should have, but ran out of time. But I figure somebody in here will probably figure out, and we'll do a raid, and then we'll, as we discuss this, we may find out that um, maybe next week I don't go on till, or I come on earlier, which would be, let's say 8 or maybe even 7. I really don't want to come on much earlier than 9. For instance, I just got my outdoor chores kind of completed, put away. They're never completed, but the tools are put away. And the sun's going down now, and it's cooling off out there. So 9 in the evening is a great time for me to start at any time of year. But if I start earlier in the summer, kind of cuts into my summer day. I don't know. And maybe we just start at 9 and okay, there it is. If somebody wants to watch us, fine. If they don't want to watch us, fine. I don't know. I hate to step on Vicky or any of these people. I don't know. We'll see. See what happens. Okay, does anybody have anything else to add to the letter A? A? Hey, there's, got nautical terms. Vashy swabs. Yeah. I, and that's not just nautical, it's Canadian for A. I. Oh, here's another nautical term, a back. I didn't know it was a back, but it is nautical. Have you ever been taken aback? We say that. I was taken aback by that, whatever it might be. A surprise. You were surprised by something. You were taken aback. I don't use that. I mean, I have used it, but for me, it's not common. A1, I don't use that so much, but other people do. Aback. Here we go. Oh, by the way, did I mention I don't think I'm stepping on any copyright issues? As long as I don't try to reproduce this, it's fine just to read from it. I'll find out later, right? If I'm breaking the law. Well, that's for another month from now. It's B. YouTube Beats Bunch channel discussion. What the paranormal is live. Okay. Well, I've watched a couple of their videos, but I never went to their live stream or anything. Ahoy there. See, ahoy. There's an A. Good one, Stephen. All right, taken aback. What is the reason we say that a person who is surprised is taken aback? Now, this is nautical. And maybe it says it's a nautical term when the sails of a square rigged sailing ship are suddenly carried by the wind back against the mast, as sometimes happens in a strong gale. The ship is taken aback and stopped dead. So, too, a person halted abruptly by some new development is taken aback. There, now we can go home. White Wits 110 AFTC continues. So I don't know. It's a video. I have not watched that channel. So I don't know. Oh, excuse me. It's got to be the RC. Now, one of our background pictures you might be familiar with. All two of you that are watching. I was going to use this as a thumbnail, and I decided not to. But this is music by Vangelis. I think that's how you say it. It's very, very almost haunting. But it's Alpha Waves. I discovered it, because I'm always looking for ASMR type of things to listen to, relaxing sounds, that type of thing. And I ran across this and I said, you know what? It's called Alpha. We'll use it. Now I can't play the music, which I could have drowned out the stupid TV program that Holly's watching, but oh well. But yeah, Alpha is the name of the music that this person does. And it's Alpha Waves. But it's a little different than what I've heard. I enjoyed listening to it for the very few minutes that I did. What I was actually searching for things that had to do with the letter A for a thumbnail. So I ended up with that thumbnail that you just saw. And I don't know if there was alpha waves in that one or not. I just like the pictures. Okay. As we count down, the letter A. Wait a minute. Abacus. Where did we get the name abacus? For the counting device used by the Chinese and others. The device takes its name from the ancient Phoenician word. Oh wait, it says ancient Phoenician work, abac. I think they mean word. We found a misspell. I should mark it. The word is abac, which means dust, because the mathematicians of that day, they used to cover tables with dust in order to draw their diagrams and figure out their problems. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So that's abacus. By the way, if you're watching the replay on this, welcome aboard. Glad to have you. I may be grateful that you came. Hit the thumbs up and share this out with your friends, if you like it. Hey, everything's an experiment, right? Oh, experiment. No, we can't get to that for, oh gosh, a few months now. That's the letter E. We're still on A. We're going to be for a while. Let me see. We're on page 10. See how long A lasts. Oh my goodness. I don't know if we'll get through all of them. Here we go. The last one is AWOL. Then we go to letter B, which starts on page 24. We are on page 10. So we have 14 more pages to go. And each page has about 4 to 5 words, cliches, sayings, which is what we're working on. Go to the pop-up. Land Cloud Adventures premiere is right now. Okay, well, that's good to know. If Nate goes live every Wednesday at 9 p.m., we may have to change this to 8 p.m. We'll see. All right. Abeyance. That's ABEYANCE. Now, if anybody has something to jump in here, feel free. I'm going to type it out here. ABEYANCE. Now, I do not use that word very often. But what is the reason we say that something held up is held in abeyance? Now, I've certainly heard held in abeyance. Definitely heard that. Abeyance literally means hold your mouth open. The word comes from the French bayer, which means to gape. To gape with your mouth open. Yeah, a gape. The illusion is to those who, while waiting for something to happen, stand with their mouths open. Okay, I'll go along with that. I've seen people do that. We have 3 in the house. Welcome aboard, whoever you are. Oh, now we only have 2. Somebody just stepped in for a second and didn't like what they were seeing. Well, we can change the background. Maybe that'll help. Should I put up Saturday shots? Yeah. We could get kind of gloomy in here. Okay. Above board. Yeah. Is everything above board? This comes from playing cards. Above board. Why is an honest person said to be above board? Angela's bathroom. That's a good one. We'll do that here in a minute. Above board. Why is an honest person said to be above board? Because card sharps and magicians place their hands under the board or table to prepare their tricks and stack the deck. If they keep their hands above the board, they can presume, not always correctly or accurately, there's another A, to be proceeding without trickery. So above board means you're not tricking anyone. And I like the idea, Linda, to go with Angela's bathroom, even though you probably don't have to go, and neither do I right now. But yeah, Angela's bathroom is a good background for this. Everybody goes, wow, bathroom, that starts with B. We're supposed to be working on A. A? A? Oh, I like this one. Talking of magicians. Abracadabra. Please and thank you. Where did I hear that? Abracadabra, please and thank you. Has to be a cartoon from my childhood. Abracadabra, please and thank you. I don't know. Might have been, my favorite character on Bewitched. They're all good characters, but my favorite is Aunt Claire. She might say that, abracadabra, please and thank you. So where did we get the magic word abracadabra? I may have to show you this. This Kabbalist word, or Kabbalistic, that's how you say that. This Kabbalistic word, said to have been the name of the supreme deity of the Assyrians, was recommended by Q, not on Star Trek, Q Severus Semenocus, as a charm against egg and flux, if written on a piece of paper and hung around the neck in this form. Egg and flux? What the hell's that? I don't know. Anyways, there's a picture of it. Up very well. Not showing up very well at all. Anyways, a very of this triangle, inverted triangle, if you want to call it, abracadabra. Let me switch to a darker screen, see if that helps. Let's go back to Where's that gloomy one? Oh, let's try this one. Hello? There. Let's see if this shows up better. Whoops. All right. No, it's not showing up very well. I don't think it's going to. The light is not shining on it very well. By the way, you can get this book at the library, or you can get it from Amazon for $5. And you can buy it on eBay for 49 cents plus shipping. Just so you know, I got mine. Holly got this for me. I don't know where she got it. I think Goodwill or somewhere like that. Next one. Why are good people who have died supposed to rest in or on Abraham's bosom? Now, I've never used this one. I maybe have heard it once, but maybe so. Let me know in the comments here. Have you heard this one? Abraham's bosom. Why are good people who have died supposed to rest in or on Abraham's bosom? Okay, because it indicates the just deserts of the holy. It was a custom among the ancients for a person to allow a dear friend to recline on his bosom while eating. Only the dead who have gone to heaven and there been welcomed by Abraham could hope to recline on his bosom. So, you know, Abraham's bosom. You know who I was thinking of? Yeah, Abraham Lincoln. Duh. Van Life Rocks is live. So we got Land Cloud Adventures, Van Life Rocks. All these people are live right now. And there's a couple others out there that we don't typically watch, or at least I don't. Yeah, Abraham's bosom. Yeah, never heard of that one either. I think I may have heard it once, and maybe not even in the normal course of conversation, but perhaps in a movie or in a storyline of a novel or book. That's the only time I can sort of heard it. So, ahoy. Okay, here's one. Accost. It's ACCOST. What is the reason a person who speaks to you without introduction is said to accost you? Now, see, I would have thought accost meant more like kind of not rob, but maybe. I kind of think of attack, accost, and maybe that's not correct. Okay, I'll put the word up here. It's accost. ACCOST. Maybe it's the A, cost of living. All right, here it is. It's because they sidle up to you. So the Latin word for side is costa, and accost literally means at the side. Accost. Costa, a cost for side. So they just come up to you and no introduction and start talking, which means they've accosted you. Camp maintenance guy, I can hardly wait to meet you. Welcome aboard. We are on the letter A. We are doing cliches and why do we say it? And we're going to be on A's for a while. We are on page 11. We got two more on page 11. But you would never use the cost that way. Well, hey, there you go. Uh, it's weird how sometimes we learn things and we didn't even know we learned it. And sometimes we learn things and when it comes right down to it, it's incorrect. I find that out almost not daily, but from time to time, I realize that I've been thinking of the definition of a word or even a saying incorrectly. So here we go. The next one is Achilles' heel. Now, I think everybody kind of knows Achilles' heel. Whoops. What happened here? Okay, let me back up. There, it finally went through. Achilles' heel. I'm not going to type that one. Achilles' heel. Why do we use the phrase Achilles' heel to refer to a man's vulnerable spot? Well, I would say that we use it more than just a man. For instance, we got a war going on. I would think that the Ukrainians are looking for the Russians' Achilles' heel. Where's the weak point? What's the vulnerability of this conflict? Where can either side get an advantage? Hackers do it with computers. Where's the Achilles heel of an operating system? And they'll find it. And that's why you have companies like Avast, which I have, to protect your computer. Mine's coming up this month to be renewed. So $70 a year, well, $69 a year. Or I could pay more, have it do more. I don't think I need a virtual private network. I'm not doing business really on the computer. As far as cleanup and making the computer run faster, I think I have the operating system itself, which is Chrome. Then there's other systems out there that kind of help Chrome. This is a Chromebook, so Chrome or Google, it's all tied in together. They have programs that help. So, all right, Achilles' heel. Achilles' vulnerable spot was his heel. According to Greek mythology, Thetis, the mother of Achilles, dipped him into the river Styx in an attempt to render him invulnerable. Unfortunately, she held him by his heel as she did so, and thus his heel became his one vulnerable spot. Now that's interesting. Achilles died of a wound received from an arrow shot into his heel. I do remember this story. Wasn't that in the Iliad and the Odyssey? Or I read some Greek mythology, but that was, my gosh, it was probably in high school or early college. I don't remember when, but I know I've read, Greek mythology, Plato, a little bit of Socrates. Yeah, I don't know. Achilles' heel is a good example. Yeah, definitely. And now we know why. I mean, it's almost like his mom painted him into a corner. The river Styx, isn't that? That's the river that runs through hell, if I remember correctly. Okay. Now this one I have no clue, but I'm going to type it out. It is acknowledge the corn. I'm going to type it out. This one's different. To me, it's different. I've never used it. Although I can give you an example. ACK acknowledge. EVGE, the corn. Okay. Acknowledge the corn. Now, before I read the interpretation, to me, remember the movie, I don't know, was it Terminator 2 or Terminator 3, where, the governor, Governor Terminator. All right, what's that actor's name? But he goes, talk to the hand. Now, to me, that's acknowledge the corn. Because what acknowledge the corn, according to this, what it means is acknowledge the corn means no acknowledgement at all. In other words, shut the F up. Acknowledge the corn. All right, here we go. The story is told of a man who bought 2 flatboats, loaded one with corn and the other with potatoes, and sailed down the Mississippi River to make his fortune. Now, to me, fortune means a ton of money, but whatever. Borgard repeat the Arnold. Yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Thank you. All right. That's interesting. Arnold starts with A. Hey. So, he sailed down the Mississippi River with a flatboat loaded with corn and another flatboat loaded with potatoes to make his fortune. Upon his arrival in New Orleans, the man went to a gambling house and lost all of his money. And the 2 boatloads of produce to boot. He lost them too. On his return to the wharf, he found that the flatboat of corn had sunk. Later, when the person who held the notes for the produce demanded delivery, he said, "Stranger, I acknowledge the corn," which was easy enough since the corn was at the bottom of the river. "But by thunder, the potatoes you can't have." In other words, you can have the corn that's on the bottom of the river. Yeah, talk to the hand. You can have the corn, not the potatoes. That's a clever story. I never acknowledge the corn. I never use that. We might start. How about it, Rippy? Do you think we should start using the acknowledge the corn for I think you're full of shit? Who knows? I still like to talk to the hand. Okay, here's one for Borgard. Have you been on your back 40 today, Borgard? The next thing is acre. Now, I never thought of this at all. Sure, we use acre. We're talking about land, 1 acre, 2 acres, 1.5 acres. And the whole thing of it is, yeah, we use that quite a bit. Give me 40 acres and I'll turn this rig around. All right. How did we get acre as a measure of land? The word acre originally meant a field, any field. But in the reign of Edward I of England, an exact definition was set as the amount of land a team of oxen could plow in a day. 40 poles long by 4 broad, or 4,840 square yards. So what does that mean? How did that, to me, they didn't really explain this one very well. You know, what are these assholes talking about? Hey, it started with A. It meant a field, acre. Any field, acre. But in the reign of Edward I of England, the exact definition was set on a land a team of oxen could plow in a day, 40 poles long by 4 broad, or 4,840 square yards. Now, this one just doesn't ring true for me. Somebody explain it to me. I can't. Kezlov 111 is live in 30 minutes. I don't watch that one. Interesting. It's tarot cards. They use sections instead of acres out west. That's true. We'll start using it Saturday noon. You're right. You're right, Linda. Especially if you haven't figured out the channel. Talk to the hand. Stick it in your ass. Yeah. Acres are surveyed by rods. Yeah. I think I know about rods, what that means. A rod was a certain length, and so many rods was X amount of feet. So 4,840 square yards. So you got 3. I'd have to do the math. Is a pole and a rod similar? Mr. Smarty Pants. Wait, S is long ways from S is that. Interesting though. Acres. I thought it was how many acorns. Speaking of acorns, my acorn tree, I have a feeling there's going to be a bunch this year. But if there's not, that silly little squirrel, by the way, it's a female, she is now just eat right out of your hand. Feed her walnuts. Sensei Don's been feeding her walnuts, and then I've been feeding her almonds. Yeah, that silly squirrel. I didn't feed her today. I was way too busy. But I think Don fed her. Gonna have to take care of her. Not tonight. Okay, moving on. The next word, acrobat. I'm thinking flying trapeze. I'm not looking at the definition or nothing. I'm just thinking right now. Acrobat. Politicians are acrobats. They're always using acrobats, in my opinion. Are acrobats like magicians? Or card sharks? Okay, acrobat. Where did the word acrobat come from? Okay. It is a Greek word which literally means one who goes about on the tips of his toes and fingers. What? I thought that was ballet. This is accurate enough description of acrobatic dancers, but not of all acrobats. The Greek word, nah. S is with an S. We're doing A. Which door? Okay. Well, I thought that's what you wanted to do. Ollie's trying to get more fresh air in here. I don't know. It's 70 something, but it's supposed to go down to 50s. Yeah, okay, but not right this second. I'm live. Okay, all right, all right. Yeah. Current temperature in Sparta is 62, and it's going to drop tonight. It'll be 54 degrees by 6 a.m. tomorrow, which is Thursday. Evolved. I would have to say you're right, Linda. Evolved. The word acrobat, as they're describing it, sounds to me, at least for the toes part, as ballet dancing. Fingers, tips of the fingers. That one's got me. I don't think I've ever seen anybody dancing on their fingertips. That almost sounds like a puppeteer. I don't know. Interesting. We still don't know what the hell it means, but it's interesting. Okay. Can you guess what the next one is? 50% of people with Graves' disease will develop a different condition called thyroid eye disease, which needs. This is Captain Jack's apple. But the next one is Adam's apple. Okay. How did the voice box of the throat come to be called an Adam's apple? Now, I'm not going to read the definition. I'm going to give a guess. This is not one that I've used, but I'm going to guess that it's religious in nature. In the book of Genesis, where they weren't supposed, Adam and Eve weren't supposed to eat from the tree of good and evil. And of course, we refer to the fruit that Eve gave Adam as an apple. I think it's all allegoric. Another A word, allegoric. I don't think they were talking about actually eating, an apple. They had to do with sex or something. All right, let's see what they have to say about Adam's apple. The term is an allusion to the story of the Garden of Eden. Supposedly, a piece of the forbidden fruit stuck in Adam's throat and created his Adam's apple, but women have them too. Well, that'll stick in your craw. Adam's apple. Okay, I'll go with it. But I like it'll stick in your craw. For men have one and women don't. And Adam represents all men. But here in this definition, it says that women have them too. I realize that men and women are considered mankind. Well, thank you, Linda. Talk to me. We're not going to let Arnold get away, are we? Yeah. All right. We only got 4 people in here. We got basically 15 minutes to go. And then, I will definitely want comments, whether you're watching the replay of this or, say something Saturday to me, whatever. What do you think? Was it a bomb or should we do it again? We will do it again. We'll give it a chance. That's how I'm thinking. A chance. Adam's off ox. What? So it says Adam's off, O-F-F, ox, O-X. I would assume they mean an oxen or ox. Stick it in your cross under C, you're correct one. Probably is. I could peek forward. Adam's off ox. Why do we say something is as hard to recognize as Adam's off ox? What? I've never heard that. Do British people use it? What? Hard to recognize as Adam's off ox. What do I say when something I can't recognize? I say elusive, mystery. Hmm. YouTube, collective look at the weeks ahead. Well, it's another one of those tarot readers. Well, we're going to find out what Adam's off ox is. Because Adam lived so long ago, because all oxen looked pretty much alike, and because the off ox of a team of oxen is partially hidden from the sight by the near ox. Who would have known? What about 20 mule team borax? I suppose that's under B or M or A. The mule's at. So Adam's off ox. The oxen look alike because the off ox of a team is the one that is partially hidden from sight by the near ox. I think this is bullshit. Okay, now the next one I can say this happens to me constantly. You know how I go through, I get, I'm kind of, what'd you call that? I got blinders on. I'm kind of I can't chew bubble gum and walk at the same time, let alone keep 8 things that Holly just told me to do in order, period, or, buy this and this and this and this and this. She'll tell me 17 things to buy at the grocery store. I said, well, give me the list. No, you can remember that. I'm like, hell, I can. What are you talking about? What's easy? Just remember what I said. You don't ever listen to me. I can't win. And I get addled. That's our next word, addled. A-D-D-L-E-D. So how did addled come to mean a person lacking in wit? And so I've been accused of that too. Well, only by Holly. I think I'm pretty witty. Addle comes from the Anglo-Saxon word for filth, adela. An addled egg is a rotten egg, one which will not hatch and so perform its normal function. Okay. From an addled egg, we get the whole idea of a person who is unable to perform its normal functions as being addled. Oh, I don't think I like this word. Now I'm going to be called addled. I'm addled. I don't know what we're going to do next. I'm wetless. All right. We are on page 13, by the way. Ado. Now everybody knows ado. I use ado all the time. Without further ado. What does it say about it? What is the origin of the word ado? The word comes, I knew it was going to be French. The word comes to us from the French adieu, a shortening of the phrase, I commend you to God. Really? Without further ado. So that's all right. Everybody that's here is used to you. Holly says hello. Hi. Holly by golly says hi. Well, there's a total of 4 people watching, so it's not our usual crowd. Yeah, I'm addled. She's doing it again. I do. No, we've only got 10 more minutes. There's other people going live. What? A preview? She's going to take over the show now. Is this time for me to go to the bathroom? No, I won't go to the bathroom. But I will put Angela's bathroom up there. It'll be good. That was pretty good. Linda, do you have the same book at home? Or are you looking this up on the internet? I do. No, it's spelled. Oh, I do. I know you're thinking much ado about nothing, and I think that is ADO. At least that's how I would spell it. But the French spelling ado is, and that's how I spell it, ADIEU. Ado. Without further ado is how I say it. But now, when you say the other ado, much ado, we may have to find that one. I don't know if they're going to show it. ADO. There's adroit, against the grain, agony column, album. So we're past the D's. We got admiral, adroit, and then we jump to against. So we don't have the word ado in here. Maybe it's under M, much ado. Timmy Ray, good to see you, man. Sean, welcome aboard. Good to see you too. We are playing a new game now. Not for scratch off tickets, we're just doing this for fun. And we are starting with the alphabet. If you read the thumbnail, then you know what we're doing. We're trying to figure out the stories behind the words, expressions, and cliches that we use. And Holly, you're going to sneeze your head off. Bless you. That's under B. Or F. I don't know. So we're still at a do. I always say that. Without further ado. But ado means I commend you to God. It's a shortening of that phrase. I commend you to God. I thought commend you to God meant, take your last breath. Interesting. A is for Applejack. So you go. So the next word is admiral. I'm a captain, but I think Holly's the admiral, the boss lady. Where do we get the word admiral? I use admiral for other things like A1 or that's mighty admiral of you, or to me it means kind of higher level. I don't know. We'll see what the book says. And the survey says, the book says, it's from the Arabians. The Arabian word amir means ruler or commander, and bar means sea. An Arabian sea commander was called an Amir el-Bar, or ruler of the sea. Amir el-Bar. Okay, Admiral. Amir el-Bar. Now I'm remembering Ricardo Montalban in Star Trek. He was playing Khan, and he wanted to uh, he wanted his revenge on Captain Kirk. And at some point in there, he finds out that Captain Kirk is Admiral Kirk. And the way he pronounces it would go right along here with the Arabian, you know, Admiral Bar. So Ricardo Montalban says Admiral Kirk. And he's, you know, taken aback by that. Interesting. I like that. Okay, the next word is adroit. Oh, wait. Timmy Ray is singing to me. Thank you, Timmy. Yeah, sort of, kind of. I got my beads. One of these days, I'll wear my real captain's hat. If you want to call it my pirate's captain's hat. One of these days, I got to do the beard and get all of that. Adroit. Why does adroit mean adept and agile person? An adept and agile. Well, I know what agile is what I'm not. I'm not very agile. Adept means you're talented at doing something or good at it. I think from a physical standpoint. Another pop-up. Found it buried is live. Okay. That's metal detecting channel. Okay, adroit. Why does it mean an adept and agile person? Adroit. Because this word, which comes from the French, adroit means to the right. The French presumed that only a right-handed person was skillful. Okay. Don't tell that to Holly. Or Tina. Tina's also left-handed. Adroit. I'm a droid. Yeah, they... I don't think I get very far with that. Captain Late Night, caught up in the maybe. I have no idea. All right. Right-handed biased. Yes. Well, you know, I can see where people would say that. Now, what Holly says, right-handed people are using their left brain. Okay. Whatever. So she says, I'm in my right mind because right brain people are left-handed. Yeah, well, it's your story. Tell it any way you want. I'm a droid. Hey, we're getting new vocabulary here. Well, we don't touch that word till a long time down the road, if we last that long. Oh, I almost turned the page. The next one is, we got time for one more, and then we're going to go. And we'll see, maybe we know who we can raid. Against the grain. Now, to me, I'm not even going to read the definition right now, but against the grain means you're doing it the hard way, and the results are not going to be good. One of my first wife, she cried bitter tears when I showed her, you know, you got to follow the grain of the wood with your paintbrush or your varnish brush. Follow the grain. Don't go against the grain, you know, sideways on the grain. You go down with the grain. We were doing door frames in our house. Oh, she just went bananas crying that she couldn't do anything right. Like, I guess she was having a bad day. I didn't mean anything by it except trying to show her you got to go with the grain. And I guess maybe I was an asshole at the time. I don't know. All right, let's see what it says about against the grain. What is the reason we say that something we do not like goes against the grain? Okay. Yeah. All right. There's a Lisa in here. I don't know. I think maybe he means Linda. Where are we staying? Seasonal camping, week 5. And they're camping with the camp maintenance guide. All right. What does it say about gift screen? The illusion here is to the carpenter who tries to use his plane against the grain of a board. That won't work. Instead of smoothing the board down, he roughs it up. So too, anything which goes against the grain roughs it up. I agree with that. All right, we'll put the bookmark on against the grain, and we will start out next week, if there is a next week, agony column. Wow. It's going to be interesting. Can you tell me what agony column means? Column? Agony column. We'll use that as a guess. I'm going to write that down. Agony column. We'll use that as a title. Agony column. Next hump day, Wednesday. Agony column. I'll take your guesses next Wednesday. All right, mateys. Go visit whoever you want. I believe my song for Tina, which goes to the tune of Popeye. And she hasn't sang it yet, but I did sing it to her, and I thought she was going to pee her pants laughing. Yeah. Remember when Tina's van was not doing so hot? Which has happened before, where electrical shit in her van was giving her hell. I'll leave you with this. Yeah, I saw it, Timmy. I'll read it. Yeah. Mr. Jack the Sailor Man, strong to the finish, I think you mean, and good on YouTube. I'm Mr. Jack the Sailor Man. Yeah, those are cute words. Now, the one I did for Tina, I'm Tina the DoorDash gal. I live in the van from hell. I'm strong to the finish because I eat me spinach. I'm Tina the DoorDash gal. Seriously, she eats canned spinach, and I go, yuck. But she likes it. I think she's Polish. Picking on Tina. And she's not even here. All right. Rubs you the wrong way. Against the grain. So just remember Tina's song. Tina's the outsider. Tina the DoorDash gal. I live in the van from hell. All right. Mateys, it's time to go. Raid whoever you want. I don't know who I'm going to raid. Johnny Depp wins. Who cares? Although I do like him as Captain Jack Sparrow. That's a motion that he might use. Anyway, fair winds and smiles, and let me know what you think. We'll see you Saturday on Guess the Channel. See you at noon. And don't forget to make comments on my videos. You might get comment of the week. So far, Todd is in the running. All right, mateys. May God bless. Good night. And the broadcast. No, I haven't watched it, Timmy. I'll try. You prefer canned spinach? Oh, my God. You and Tina. What am I? Ugh. Okay, Gina isn't on tonight. Somebody's on. Might see you there. Ron Darrell will be on after midnight, usually around 12:30. Okay, mateys. Bye.